What's up, everybody? I got the Dark Souls 3 on this thing. No, I ain't gonna find this. Trying to get the combat takedown. Got one. All right. Oh. Come on back up, buddy. Let's see. Wings, have you beat this game on the hardest difficulty? Yeah, multiple times, man. Multiple times. There should be another dude here. Wait, that killed him. Yeah, there he goes. So I need to find Max's toy. I don't know where Max's toy is on this map. Oh, Mine Laban. No, I haven't beaten Mine Laban yet. Haven't tried again. Trying to get all the other trophies done before I concentrate hard on Mine Laban. Oh, I hate IGN. Oh, so it's at the very end. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing COD tonight, man. This is just me just cutting the stream on while I do something I'm normally going to be doing. Hey, keyboard warrior. I don't have Siege installed, Pit Lord. Why don't I uninstall Siege? Because, I mean, I sound like a broken record at this point. You have to have a full team to play Siege, right? And I get the same viewers over and over and over again, and I don't have 5 people that can play Siege at the level I'd like to play Siege at consistently on. So I'd rather not get team killed over and over again and be frustrated and shit like that, and deal with troll messages or anything of that nature. So I just stopped playing it. Yeah, you can get in the new water for $5 right now. There he goes. I hear them big footsteps. Like once I get rid of this guy, should be smooth sailing. Drop these. How's the weight loss going? Oh, it's going well. Nothing. Like, it's not going as fast as I'd like it to go. I wish I was already under 400. But I'm right there knocking on his door. I'm like 404, 403. I have trouble giving up soda. Like, I get groggy and I'm constantly tired if I don't have soda. I feel like the Terminator. Is Max's toy behind here? Because this is where the harness usually is. Yeah. There's Max's toy. Alright. Let's go get this enable code. So I need to get the ramshackles upgrade, and I need to get the constrictor upgrade. Thank you, Bella. Hey! That run though? Oh yeah, the run. He looks like he's got to crap his pants, right?
Just gone to sleep off the hangover, like the rest of us.
Why does it say I don't have it? Oh, I don't have the ramshackles. Let's go grab the ramshackles real quick. What's the biggest struggle with being a streamer? Audience retention. Like my thing is I don't
Blazkowicz.
like spending
Let
money.
me tell you about this Uber commander. His real name is Daniel Eckstein, but everyone knows him as the Butcher of Boston.
So like I don't like buying
a
lot of new games.
Sadistic son of a bitch. Find his ass and deliver some justice for the people of Boston. Grace out.
I'm using the grenade because I need to get grenade kills, so I gotta max all the perks. But there's only like 4 people standing between me and the ramshackles. Woo! Yeah, you get that a lot. People like ask you like, "Oh, are you on the Lolcow podcast show? Who's the guest? What'd you think about this? What'd you think about that? Did you see this? Did you see that?" It's same shit, different day.
Captain, have you time to help out? Kiitos, Captain Blazkowicz. Stay on the platform.
I just woke up again. Yeah, we did Wendigoon. I'm trying to get a guest right now, but it doesn't look like it's coming through. So like,
Grace told me to organize the story today by the room.
so I need to try to get another guest going. Run, buddy. There we go.
Ihana, Captain Blazkowicz.
Anything back here?
Thank you for your help, Captain. I wonder if Grace will let me build a sauna in here.
Cool. So that gives us regenerating armor. Yes, Wendigoon today at 3. You're more inexperienced in search and destroy, but you...
Herr Wyatt ist gut Mensch.
So let's go grab armor out of the ammo depot, and then we'll go do the ramshackles. It's my favorite thing at Chick-fil-A, their soda. I want that thing down here so I don't fall into it. Alright.
Perhaps, sir, Section 66G was sealed off because of a gas leak back when you first took over the U-boat. Now there is something rotting in there, and we have to get rid of it. We have a serious
Bernard in the Underdark.
fly infestation.
Is that like on the
our
boat,
hands.
John?
You have that extraordinary constrictor harness, and so I speculated you could venture into Section 66G through the ventilation system and turn off the gas so that I may send a cleanup crew in there. Here, allow me to open this hatch for you. Ugh, smells of death. Remember the gas leak. You mustn't fire any weapons. It will cause an explosion that will kill you and
Alright, so here we gotta use our melee weapons. There's 5 dogs in here. Only got one hatchet. Oh, we only got one hatchet. There's 2 more dogs left. I think they're both in here. Got him. Which I think, yeah, right in here, that sends us all the way back.
good gracious, you made it out, Captain. I heard some awful noises and wagered there was trouble. I will make sure the cleanup crew knows the gas has been turned off.
Alright, so that'd give you a trophy if I hadn't already done it. But like I needed that done for later things. So we got the toys of all these districts. So we need the commander and the toy in both of these districts. Let's do the penthouse. Yeah, this is that Wolfenstein where he gets beheaded.
Okay, Blazkowicz. Uber Commander Leopold motherfucking Meisner is up in the penthouse where he's conducting a forensic examination of our old headquarters. Now do what you can to take his ass down. Grace out.
Alright, Leopold.
Interessantes gefunden?
Ja, ganz viel. Ist aber alles auf Englisch.
Woo! Nay, nay. There's a super soldier downstairs. I know that for a fact. I know there's more grenades in this area, so I can use them with impunity. One of the issues I have with this game is like they don't really have a whole lot of grenades in it. Still hear at least 2 sets of footsteps. All right. Switch to the shotgun. Hand grenades here. Some more hand grenades over here. All right. Big homie's gonna have a rocket launcher, so we don't want him to see us first. There's Max's toy.
Blazkowicz. Oh, I can't stand the thought of Nazis sullying up our old joint. Now get your ass back home. Grace out.
Alright, there should be some gold and stuff in here too. So let's look around. Look. Manhattan, there should be one in the subway district and one in the ruins district. So there's no gold. This was in the subway district. Subway, ruins. Alright, so we got a star card here. And harbor. Okay, so we got a star card here somewhere. So let's look around for the star card. That's a death card on the guy's body. Yep. There's the star card right there. Where's Krasko at? Is he in here? So I still got a piece of gold here. I got a lot of stuff in the subway district I gotta find. Let's go and get the toy. Let's go and get Max's toy. Then we'll go back to the subway district and then finish up New York. There you go, Krasko.
Hey, Blazkowicz. Uber Commander Raymond Hoffman is in the subway underneath 5th Avenue. His mission is to deploy a new Citadel robot. Be careful. Grace out.
That Citadel robot could eat my ass. What am I missing here again? We got subway district. And there's a piece of gold here in the ruins district. I think I know where this one is. I don't know where that one is. Our shock hammer, or the shotgun thing here, like, that's in case shit goes raw. What's up, Dr. Gray? Move back here until you hear, because they'll go and investigate and they'll find the body, then they'll walk around, then they'll kind of like reset. Oh, Knack, I'm not moving over to Kick, no. I'm staying on YouTube. Oh, I got a lot of trophies off Platinum. Oh good, this man has been killed. Sad and pathetic, Elron. Everything you do in life is something to pass the time. Like, this is something I enjoy doing. Like, it's almost like a reward system. Dude, Vlad, what's up, Wings? How's you been? Good thing. Sat passenger in my buddy's Whipple F-150 first. Now I know I want a truck. Dude, you don't want a Whipple. Like, Whipple's a company that makes, like, superchargers. So what that truck had on, it was, like, an 8-pound supercharger. And, like, like a really nice tune. That truck is going like a Coyote of that thing will put out 500-600 horsepower. Like it's fun, but it's not a truck. Like it won't be able to do truck like things. This is not working, dude. But yeah, fucking. I've had a supercharged F-150 before. I had a Roush 5.4, but the 5.4 was notoriously bad engine. I actually don't like the nail gun feature of this gun. So here's the crowning achievement of this area. Alright, so he's done. Nails is good for armor. Yeah. The problem is the rifle is better than everything for is better than everything.
You done good, Blazkowicz. See you back home. Grace out.
I think they're done. Thank you, by the way, Vlad, for the $20, man. Got a star card here. There should be a piece of... Wait for the 25. Should be a piece of gold around here, too. Oh, final left. I'm enjoying the chill stream. Pip, any advice on a guy proposing to his girlfriend? How did I propose to Kelly? I went and got her engagement ring. Like, well, let me talk about it this way. Thank you for the $50, by the way. I went to K Jewelers and with Kelly at the mall, and we just walked through it. And I basically was just like pointing at rings and stuff like that, trying to figure out what she liked. Like, and what I learned from that trip was that she wanted rose gold. That's what I learned from that trip, trying to get an idea. Like, but you got to play it off right. You got to be able to go into the jeweler without like any indication or hints. Like we went to the mall to see a movie, for example, and like. We just in the jewelry thing is like this open concept, where it's like you just walk into the jewelry thing straight from the mall floor. And I went in there said like, hey, I wonder what the watches look like. And then we started talking about like gold and platinum and like what she likes and stuff like that. And she wanted rose gold, so that's what I learned from there. And then like I went back online, and I found a ring, and I bought the ring, and I had it shipped to my house from K Jewelers. And then I went into a local like florist shop, and then I found a set of flowers that kind of matched the ring. And then I basically brought her Chick-fil-A while she was working, because she worked in like a public forum, and I proposed in the lobby of her work with the flowers and the ring. Miss Kelly obviously used to live in Georgetown, and so she didn't have a Chick-fil-A, so I brought her Chick-fil-A too, because she loves Chick-fil-A. The reason I'm not touching that card is because like as soon as you touch the card, it takes you out of the level. Yeah, there was a Chick-fil-A bag near my proposal. There's Max's toy. Alright, so there should be a piece of gold somewhere around here. I want to say it's up top. Trying to get all the shock hammer ammo. Like, I always felt like the gold was like sitting over here somewhere. Let's get in here. Can somebody look it up for me, where the ruins gold piece is at, so I don't sit here all day? see, Uber, Commando, Ruins, Gold Piece. Let's see, let's look what gold piece we're needing. Subway District. So we need gold piece 13 and 9. 9. Okay, so like, okay. And 13. It says it's at the foot of the stairs. I looked at the foot of the stairs multiple times and didn't see this bitch. Like the gold piece is like, there it is, right next to the commander. Holy moly. Alright. Final lap, you plan on proposing though? No, I did not attend the Trump rally. No, Wolfenstein didn't say no. Actually, when this game came out, I rage quit it on the street because I was doing so badly. Give me a second, boys. Nature's calling. great. Such a bad host. Such a bad host. I don't count the squares of toilet paper. I make enough money that I can roll it around my hand 2 or 3 times. I'm a big baller, boy. All right. I guess we're going to play with the fun slow. All right. Actually, we could probably take some of these guys out. Doom Guy's terrible. Who wins? Doom Guy's a god. BJ is not a god. He's a dude with a scientifically altered human body that's a really good athlete. BJ Blazkowicz has killed more National Socialists than the Tommy gun has. But he's still just fighting humans, whereas like Doom Guy fights the denizens of hell. Demons, people with otherworldly powers and artifacts. It is not even a close fight. I like Wolfenstein's world better, but like pound for pound, BJ ain't got shit on Doom Guy. Another classic Wingo take. What was my take on it? Well, thank you, Connor. Well, I don't want to use the N word. Not that N word, but like the German N word, which is also not that word. The 4-letter one. Feels like YouTube doesn't like that. Napoleon Bonaparte. I throw apart and blow your bones apart. So we need 1 gold, 1 concept in the subway district. Concept 14. Wolfenstein. Concept 14. Control F14. This one, during the Uber, defeat the enemies at the end. Okay. So that's still there too. And star card 12. And 16. So there's another one in the ruins district. So we gotta go back there. Fuck. Should have did a better. Should have done a better job. Is this the new Call of Duty? Yeah, sure is, man. Alarm! Ask your mom, she's taking me out. Will I 1v1 Drake? In what? Gambling, probably. I mean, I've seen Drake gamble a lot. Like, he ain't very good at it. Woo! Give me some backup. There's my gold. That super soldier over there is not having a very good day. His legs all caught up in the ceiling. Do you have any streaming tips to make an entertaining, successful stream? Does my shit look entertaining? Come on now. Why are we on this shit? I know there's a laser. There's one. There's nothing on that side. Alright. So we got the gold already. I want to do that. Hold the exit. Should be a star card and a concept around here. Oh. There's the concept. Star card. So it should be all the Manhattan's gold. We're missing one star card in the Ruins District. We got all Manhattan's there. And we got all the toys for Max. So we gotta go back and do the Ruins District one more time. But we gotta go to the star card in the Ruins District. Somebody say B. Dobbins? I used to watch a lot of his videos. He doesn't really do videos hardly anymore, though. Whoever gave this idea that so we need star card number 16. And this one is, after jumping off the tall building, head through the opening on the right. Watch for a staircase that leads. After jumping off the tall building, head through the opening on the right. Okay. I got an idea where it's at. I hate when, like, sites try to, like, give you tips and they give you like they'll be like, here is the star card. Hope you have enough reference, and give you like one fucking sentence. It's like, come on, man. The opinion on little goblins that you hear in your wall. I think it's over there. On those stairs over there. I'll tell you one thing about this game. It needs more hand grenades. Like, they limit you on hand grenades like it's going out of style. There it is. I scared what with that statement? Alright, so New York is completely done. So we can do Mesquite, Texas, we can do Roswell, we can do New Orleans. I'll let you guys pick. Texas is the quickest. Roswell's the second quickest. New Orleans is the biggest. New Orleans. Alright. Do New Orleans. So we need to unlock New Orleans. Oh, we also have Venus to do as well. Alright. Roswell, Mesquite, Texas. So we need to do... We have enough here? Yeah, we do. These puzzles are so hard, bud. Alright. It's not like they get harder, it's just tedious. I want to be done with this game before Tomb Raider comes out. So I can put like a lot of my effort towards Tomb Raider. But, you know, with mine Laban, who knows how long it's going to take me to do mine Laban. I know I can do it. It's just all about getting that run. Like one thing, same thing twice in a row. One thing about getting that run is I need to stop being finessey, because sometimes I'll use things that I don't need to use. Like realistically, like the submachine gun, other than the first level, you probably shouldn't touch it. Alright. Yeah, the cutscene BS does ruin the challenge. You think they would let you skip them, but they probably can't. So we got all the things here. Let's see what we're missing. We got all the gold in New Orleans. We're missing one star card here. That's in the ghetto district. And we're missing one concept in the Lakeview district. Let's start with the Lakeview District. I think right here.
Blazkowicz.
All right, let's look at what we need in the Lakeview District. Should be right here. Concept 39. Concept 30. During the after finish off it, look inside the building on the left to find this item. All right. So this is a Lakeview only thing. All right.
Uber Commander Albert Groza has been sent in to salvage parts from that big-ass battle robot you fucked up. Track Groza down and put the hurt on him. Grace out.
Wow. So who would be a better matchup than Doom Guy? My next Dead Space LP version, I feel like I should probably cut it in half because it's like an hour long. And I know you guys don't care, but like I watch my Let's Plays like when I upload them, and like about 40 minutes into it, I feel like 40 minutes is that sweet spot. But like chapter 3 is super long on Dead Space. There should be a super soldier and a Panzer Hound here. I only speak English, man. I want to learn Spanish, though. Dude, the crafting system's not that bad in Dead Space 3. I actually enjoyed the crafting system in Dead Space 3. I wish they would... they probably won't now since they remade Dead Space 1, but I was hoping they would, like, remaster all the Dead Spaces and, like, give them an HD, like, 4K thing and give them a new trophy list. My Wehrmacht friends, come back. I need to shoot die. Well, the reason I want to learn Spanish is it opens a lot of doors in the South. Like it's something good to have on like a resume. I hear him. Let's see, yeah, it definitely helps with the resume, man. My ex-partner knew a bit of Filipino, helped her do English tutoring of students in her country. Like, I've always been fascinated with, like, people that make other people's lives easier in healing. It's one of those things where it's like it's easier to hurt somebody than it is to heal them. And, like, I don't know, like, I've always wanted to do, like, something in that role. That's why, like, when I was losing weight and having the surgery, I wanted to go back and be a paramedic for, like, the fire department. But that was that concept. I've always wanted the ability to heal people. Where's Mr. Super Soldier at? I think this is a laser. Like, the Super Soldier I'm most afraid of is, like, the Diesel Gewehr one. The reason I reload is you can reload cancel on here pretty easy just by shooting again. Still hear heavy footsteps. There might be another Super Soldier somewhere.
Thank you, Blazkowicz. I'll let Horton know you still looking out for New Orleans. Race out.
Alright. Should be a concept in here. Bam, there's my concept. Alright, there should be a Max's toy we gotta find. Where's Max's toy at? There's Max's toy. Alright. Most of our ammo back. We burned through most of our grenades. Is there any grenades over here? Alright. Oh, we need the, take that, and we'll take your death card. What's good, Rizzler? How much water I drink a day? Probably about three and a half bottles, something like that. Joe, do you have no interest in Cyberpunk? Not really, no. Alright. Alright, so the ghetto district. Yeah, I got the ads automator off.
Blazkowicz, Uber Commander Victor Kruger has established his mobile...
Alright, so what are we looking for here? We got all the gold. We need a star card. 54. At the beginning of the mission, behind a bar. Behind the bar at the beginning of the mission. Okay. Mission behind the bar, and we've got all of these.
Command inside an abandoned charcoal grill restaurant, couple of blocks from your location. He's attempting to reactivate the underwater mines around New Orleans. You gotta stop him. Grace out.
Back up. Ah, come on. Like, wow. Alright.
Blazkowicz, Uber Commander Victor Kruger has established his mobile command inside an abandoned charcoal grill restaurant, couple of blocks from your location. He's attempting to reactivate the underwater mines around New Orleans. You gotta stop him. Grace out.
Passiert, wenn Terror Billy amok läuft.
Peace out, buds. Come on. Fuck me, man.
Blazkowicz, Uber Commander Victor Kruger has established his mobile command inside an abandoned charcoal grill restaurant, couple of blocks from your location. He's attempting to reactivate the underwater mines around New Orleans. You gotta stop him. Grace out.
this is bad. You had eggplant parmesan. I had grilled chicken. The Kelly alarm. No, I usually fuck with spicy Cheetos if I'm fucking with that stuff. Can't see shit over there. Was best type of French fries? McDonald's.
Blazkowicz, Uber Commander Victor Kruger has established his mobile command inside an abandoned charcoal grill restaurant, couple of blocks from your location. He's attempting to reactivate the underwater mines around New Orleans. You gotta stop him. Brace out.
Wie in einem Kriegsgebiet. Es wird ewig dauern, alle unsere gefallenen Männer zu finden und zu identifizieren.
Was passiert, wenn Terror Billy Amok läuft? Hoffentlich gelingt es dem Überkommandanten heute, die Unterwasserminen zu reaktivieren. Ohne funktionierende Verteidigungsanlagen ist es hier nicht sicher.
Hab Geduld. Überkommandant Krüger tut bestimmt alles, was unter den Umständen tun kann.
Was für Umstände?
Dazu war, wusstest du das nicht? Terror.
Now I see why you playing like that from a distance with cover. Yeah, like
Blazkowicz,
this game will
Uber
kill you
Commander
instantly.
Victor Kruger has established his mobile command inside an abandoned charcoal grill restaurant, couple of blocks from your location. He's attempting
This
to
is
reactivate
probably one of the
underwater
hardest side
mines
missions
around
I've
New
run
Orleans.
across so far.
You gotta stop him. Brace out.
Wie in einem Kriegsgebiet. Es wird ewig dauern, alle unsere gefallenen Männer zu finden und zu identifizieren.
Was passiert, wenn Terror Billy Amok läuft? Hoffentlich gelingt es dem Überkommandanten heute, die Unterwasserminen zu reaktivieren. Ohne funktionierende Verteidigungsanlagen ist es hier nicht sicher.
Hab Geduld. Überkommandant Krüger tut bestimmt alles, was er unter diesen Umständen tun kann.
Was für Umstände denn?
Sein Sohn war hier stationiert. Wusstest du das nicht? Terror Billy hat ihn ermordet.
Scheiße.
I just gotta turn around.
Ja, schrecklich.
could probably get under this door with my snake power. Will Trevor Bauer be in MLB uniform? Yes. Let's go to chatting. I'm getting frustrated. Getting frustrated with it. Trevor Bauer will be in a uniform this season. My prediction is a team that's on the fringes will pick him up. The Royals, the Las Vegas Athletics, the White Sox are all possibilities that will pick him up. I wish the Braves would pick him up, but because we already got a wife beater and a drunk driver on the team in Ozuna. Trevor Bauer was ostracized and the courts proved that he was innocent. So right now, I don't understand why nobody's picking him up. I understand he had one good half season, but for league minimum, you can do a lot worse than Trevor Bauer. Just putting that out there. Because all he needs is one season. If he can pitch one season and all the heat gets taken off of him, teams will be open to accepting him again. No, what will happen is no team wants to sign Trevor Bauer right now because of the stigma around him. But if a team, let's say the Athletics, grab Trevor Bauer and they let him pitch for a season, regardless of how well he does, his performance on the field will not matter. Then other teams, because the Athletics will absorb whatever stigma that went with him, and whatever team that wants to trade for him can. So I predict that a team's going to give him a spring training offer and sign him to league minimum. Or if they're smart, they'll get him on a 3-year deal with money, right? $2 million or something like that. Something cheap, right? And then once they absorb that stigma, they can trade Trevor Bauer to other teams for prospects, even if they don't want him. Because because you basically are going to absorb some bad publicity for prospects later on, right? Because if Trevor Bauer comes in and he pitches anywhere like he did as a Dodger or a Red, or even an Indian, right? People are going to want him. And you'll get 2 or 3 top 100 prospects for him, especially if you have a 3-year, $2 million deal contract. $2 million is super cheap for a starting pitcher. People will empty out the minor leagues for that kind of clout. And like you literally, like for the Athletics or like the Royals or any kind of rebuilding team, this is how you should do it. Sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal, get him cheap, $5 million or less. Have him absorb all the stigma on him, take that chance, and then at the end, and then if he pitches good for a year, you trade him. And if nobody wants to pick him up, you still got him for $5 million. So it's a win-win in every way, shape, or form. The only risk you have is a stigma. And there's teams out there that can absorb that stigma. The Royals, the Athletics, the Twins. There's teams out there that aren't in a huge market that would very easily be like, okay, all right. Corey Kluber? No, he's not first ballot Hall of Famer. But like, there's shit that's strange. I would figure Andrew Jones would have got into the Hall of Fame, and he didn't. But like, there's so many other people that are in the Hall of Fame that couldn't hold Andrew Jones' jockstrap. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. All Trevor Bauer is guilty of is being a bad teammate and taking what a girl was giving away, right? Like, girl on Instagram, DTF. She was ready to do the nasty. He's like, all right, let's go, and that's what he's guilty of. And I think the baseball world is colluding against him because of that, because he was proved innocent in court. So like, he shouldn't have to have the stigma around him. Because for all 30 teams to nobody want to take a chance, because like what I just said is low risk as a motherfucker. Because the outrage isn't going to be that big. It's going to get a positive pop for like a month, and then by the time baseball actually starts, people forgot about that shit. Maybe the first 2 starts he'll get a little recognition, but like by the time he's 5 starts in, it's Trevor Bauer. No, he didn't do anything wrong at all. He met this girl named Lindsay Hill, and I'm paraphrasing here, on Instagram. And she was basically throwing it out there, like being super flirty, things of that nature. They got together. They went out a couple times. They slept together a couple times. And her and her friend wanted a way to trap him and get money. So she like beat herself up and tried to say he did it during a sexual activity, which she messed herself up by like recording herself all happy sitting next to him and having text messages with her homegirl and other variants. I'm not super familiar with the case, but this is paraphrasing. So if I don't get everything right, remember I'm not a news source. Basically the investigation itself had the Dodgers can him because he was on like a $120 million 3-year contract. Your boy G, I read your message. How's everybody doing tonight? I don't know what message you're referring to, your boy G. No, I don't bet on DraftKings at all. I don't bet at all. What's up, Blackout? No, I won't be watching the Super Bowl. Your tax return's better than mine, Local Nomad. My tax return was like I owe them $16,000. What's up, Raul? Where Bellinger and Snell will land. Blake Snell. I don't know where Belly's going to land. And I don't know where Blake Snell's going to land. But Blake Snell's like odd, right? Because like here's the issue with Blake Snell. Blake Snell is a... Did he win the Cy Young this year? I think he might have won the Cy Young this year. The problem with Blake Snell being a two-time Cy Young winner and being open on the market and things like that is Blake Snell takes 5 innings to pitch at like 1.5 ERA. All right. Like he pitches into such deep counts on every batter. And that type of pitcher doesn't age well, right? Because like all it takes is like the coin to land on tails 2 or 3 times, you have a bad game. Whereas like you could very easily have it land on heads 2 or 3 times and you have a stellar game and you get through 5 or 6 innings with 1 or less run given up. Like that's the issue with Blake Snell. He's 100 pitches deep by the 5th fucking inning. And that's almost every game that he pitches. So like when Blake Snell goes on the market and he's in his early 30s now, baseball teams don't want to give him a huge contract, so he's looking for a huge contract. So he's on the market still to this point because he's looking for that 5-year, 6-year deal that's going to take him into his late 30s, 40s, and getting a retirement team where everybody else wants to give him a 1 or 2 year deal, right? And like he knows if he gets a 1 or 2 year deal, the back end of it might look terrible and he might be fucking himself out of money. But nobody wants to take a risk on the guy. Even though he won the Cy Young, nobody wants to take the risk on the guy. So, like, what's going to end up happening is whoever offers that man 4 years, right, and like 80 to 100 million, he's probably going to take. And that's probably what he's going to end up with. And, you know, it's going to be some type of contender team. It's going to be a Yankee. It's going to be... like the Giants or some team with a deep pocket that can actually absorb that and take the risk on him. Trump was in Conway. He was in my town. Conway's getting to be a big town. You couldn't drive anywhere yesterday. But Bellinger, Belly had a resurgence year with the Cubs last year. He did very, very well. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that's from like the lack of shifting. I mean, he's not a good fit on the Cubbies, right? But the Cubbies just went in on Swanson, and I think Belly's in the same spot where, like, Belly is, in his 30s now, and he wants that 5-year deal, and I don't think anybody wants to give him that 5-year deal because, like, he's not the greatest on defense anymore, and he's basically a right-handed pitcher savant. He would probably fit better in the DH role, but you don't pay $100 million to a DH, right? You just don't do it. They get $40 million deals for the most part, unless they look like Shohei Ohtani or Barry Bonds or like some generational type hitter. Like you give David Ortiz $100 million. You don't give Bellinger $100 million. So I don't know where Belly's going to land up at. I mean, Belly's going to probably get picked up cheap, either by the Cubbies or by some like team that is aspiring to do better, but doesn't have their outfield solidified. Mets could pick Bellinger up. Mets could use a lot of help in the outfield. A team that has pockets, but their chances of competing for a playoff spot are, slim at best. But I did not see the Putin interview. I think Shohei Ohtani's contract should throw red flags. He should not be able to divert as much money as he has to the Dodgers strictly for a win. I feel like that's almost cheating in a way. I know, and like it sucks because like going against it and being like, yo, you can't structure a contract like this. Then you have the players union come in and be like, yes, we can. We can do whatever the fuck we want. You're going to cause another baseball strike, and I don't want another baseball strike. But like the Dodgers super team, people, there's always going to be the Dodgers, the Yankees, people that have tons of fucking money because of where they live at. It's like $500 for like decent seats at the Yankees game, right? So that's just the way it's going to be. There's places like Philadelphia that puts a lot of money into it because they like Phillies fans love their fucking sports. Like Philadelphia is a very sport heavy town. And they love their sports, and they're willing to spend the money on it. That's why Philadelphia can sign people like Bryce Harper and, players like that to create like a competitive team. Whereas like, then you have places out in the middle of nowhere like Oakland, pile of shit. There's no money in Oakland. There's no money in like, Minnesota for the most part. What team do you think has the best overall in the history of MLB? No bias. Like, are you talking about like the best, like the most well-run team overall, or are you talking about like the one with the most wins? Like, if you just like strictly championships, it's the Yankees, right? But like there's a huge level of bias there because like the Yankees had, like I said, the Yankees and Dodgers have access to money back when there were less regulations, and they could just buy all the good players, right? What is the best run team in history? This is going to sound biased as fuck since there's a Braves jersey behind me, but I think the Braves that you're seeing right now are the best run franchise in baseball history. Like Alexanopoulos is doing things that no other GM has done, and he has a system in place, and he has guys in place that can groom and create these guys. Like, look at it this way. Like, we picked Grossman up from the Tigers at halftime in 2022, right at the All-Star break, and we turned him into a cleanup hitter for a playoff-bound Diamondbacks team. Like we took a guy the Tigers have given up on, and turned him around, and next season he's the cleanup hitter for the Diamondbacks in the World Series. Like the Braves are taking talent, and they know how to get the best out of their players right now. The Mariners did put the best regular season ever, but we're talking about like as a franchise as a whole. Every time I see Oakland, I don't know Oakland's like business side of it, but every time I see Oakland on TV, it's the athletics and how run down the system is. All the places are in Oakland. Like there's no other better word for it. There's ghettos in Oakland. But I want to point this out. When the Braves were rebuilding, I was still a Braves fan. I'm not a bag. I know it seems like when I jumped on the Braves bandwagon in '95 when they won the World Series, but I was young. I was getting into baseball, and the Braves were on TV, and they won the World Series that year. But all the years they didn't win the World Series, I'm still a Braves fan, even when they were last place. Because there was like some years there from like 2014 to like 2018 that Braves were last place. Payne, the answer to your question is a terrible one. I didn't have to go through that period, so like I don't really know how, because I built my audience from doing YouTube videos, and when I came over to streaming, my audience was already there. Um, One thing I see when I go to other people that are doing things that I actually enjoy, for example, like let's say somebody's playing like Final Fantasy Tactics, like one class challenge or something. I'll go into their stream and they'll have like one, maybe two people watching, and the streamer's completely checked out. Like more so than I am. Like he forgot he's actually fucking streaming. So I ask him questions and it'll just go unnoticed. Like when you're smaller and you have less people in chat, you got to interact with the chat, and you got to at least act like you're doing, trying to be entertaining. Another thing you can do is you can dump your stream. You could take all that effort that you use to the 1 to 0 viewers, and you can upload it to YouTube and other places, especially if you're doing something fun. Like say you're doing like a Dark Souls challenge run, or you're doing some type of challenge run, or you're trying to do something else. Like there's more to streaming than just like playing the new game, right? Like Phil's an example of like a guy who just plays the new game. He doesn't play it well. He never really challenges himself. Like Phil's, nobody really goes to Phil for like his take on anything. Like but like yeah, like not checking out is the number one way I'd figure to do it. It's something I got to work on too. Like especially like I play Call of Duty or Wolfenstein, it's hard not to just check out, and I got to constantly think about myself like, hey, respond to a question, respond to something. Correct. Streaming is about being an entertainer more than a gamer. My one of my biggest issues I run into is like I want to interact with people, and I'll look over and they're talking about something I have no clue about, or they're talking about something that just makes me look bad. You know, is my bed comfortable? Not right now, no. I mean, usually it is, but like we recently got a new mattress about 3 years ago, and it was like a pillow top, and my fat and I how to say this, before I got married, and we got a new bed because I got married, right? Like I didn't want Kelly sleeping on the same bed I had all the other hoes on, right? So we got a new mattress, and before I got married, I slept by myself, usually with just me and Rocco. And I would sleep in different areas of the bed. I didn't lay at the same spot. But now since I'm married, I have a side of the bed. And since I have a side of the bed, I kind of like dig a hole. Like there's like a divot in the bed from where I lay at, and I don't like that. So like, but I'm also too cheap to replace the mattress. So like I kind of deal with it. Let's see. Do I consider myself a savant at gaming? No. I actually think I'm bad at gaming. My biggest ability in gaming is I'm really good at making micro movements, and I have a pretty good memory, right? And my aim is not completely garbage, right? But like I'm by no means the greatest at anything. Like Call of Duty, I would say I'm above average, but I'm by no means like somebody that could live off his gameplay. Like my whole ability to play Call of Duty is just sound whoring and like being able to think under pressure. Like that's what I was good at Rainbow. Like I'm not a great Rainbow player. I'm like a .91 KD player at Rainbow, but the one thing I can do is I'm pretty good under pressure, and I can think and do call outs while moving, right? So like I don't have that little pause ever. What sound whoring is where you have a good headset and you're listening for footsteps and different things like situational awareness. Like you can hear like when somebody steps on grass, you can hear somebody steps on metal, somebody steps on snow, you hear weapon switches, you hear, clothing, and you differentiate that from like other things like ambient noise, gunfire, things of that nature. Right, but game sense is where I'm good at. That's it. My aim is a little above average. My reaction speed's probably average to a little above average. But my game sense is where I shine at, but like that it doesn't shine hard enough for me to be I'd consider a good player. Do you know how to drive a manual transmission car? Yes. Manual transmission cars are easy. First gear gets you moving. Second gear gets you up to speed. Third and fourth gear are your passing gears. Fifth gear is your highway gear or your overdrive gear. If you have a sixth gear, that's overdrive gear as well, but the fifth and sixth gear is generally your cruising gear. I mean, it's not that hard to drive a manual transmission. So generally, for example, if you're cruising in sixth and you want to put a lot of power down, you go back to fourth gear. You can even go back to third if you really, really want to. Go sixth to third. You don't go to sixth to first. That's called the money shift. But like, go like sixth to third. It's going to jump your RPMs up and give you a lot more power. You can put it in there. You go, and once you get the power down fourth, fifth, just go back up through the gears, or like newer manual allow you to skip gears. Manual transmission, the only thing that really sucks about them is like you can't really do other things. Like you can't like eat and drive and things of that nature, like change music and stuff like that. Like the hardest thing you're going to get with a manual transmission is learning how not to stall it out. Like especially when you're stopped in traffic and things of that nature, especially if it's a very low horsepower car. Say you got like a four cylinder Honda Civic from like the 1990s. Those will stall out real easy. I got my driver's license. I learned how to drive on a manual diesel tractor my grandfather had, and I got my driver's license in a red 1995 F250 with long bed, and it had a 5-speed manual. But honestly, like unless it's like a fun car, I'd probably never own another manual. I like to cruise and listen to talk radio. So I like to like lean on the door and like just kind of like I do like this. It's like hand on like this, another hand here, just like laid back and like cruise, listen to talk radio. I drive everywhere. Kelly doesn't like driving. Kelly is what we call the bumper car queen. Hey, here's the thing, man, CJ. Don't put yourself on anybody else's timeline. Just because you're 20 with no license doesn't mean anything. Just means you're 20 with no license. All right. If you need them, you'll get them. Driving's not that hard. You're not in a competition with anybody else in life. You should do what makes your life better and what you feel makes your life better. I don't know shit about BMWs, so I'm going with the Hellcat. The problem I have with a 2018 Hellcat is I hate the door panel on them. Y'all guys see that dude, Vosh, like, was trying to show off, like, suits and shit. Then he opened up, he had all this fucking anime porn. Like, I went through and paused to kind of to see what he had, and he, like, put his taxes next to, hey, Zeus, how's that new job, man? Thank you for the 20 months, dude. And he had like his tax folder next to like his XXX folder. Was that? See, I looked at it as like that brony shit, right? Whereas like it's like porn with like My Little Pony, like what was that shit called? Title 34, where like if it's a cartoon, there's sex of it on the internet. It's always those dudes with like ADHD that look like they got everything together that are the fucking creeps. How come you up so late? Also, I wish I got the stream notification. Hey, Dogma, thank you for the $5, man. I went to bed right after I got off stream earlier. So like I woke up and I was like, oh, I gotta sit here 5 hours by myself where I can fire up Wolfenstein and talk to you guys. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you, Dogma, for the $5, man. Who you guys want to see? Like I was trying to get Mike Klum as the guest for the podcast. Not this week, but the week after, and it doesn't look like it's happening. So I got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I got 3 days to get a guest. Who you think I should go for? Who might say yes? I don't want to do Vashon. I don't want to go down that conversation route with him. Yeah, Blade's a good choice, but I don't think Blade is ready. We're gonna get Blade back on the live stream version eventually. No, Cobra hasn't said no or yes to it. Like, there's a guys that would say, like, Shoe Nice would say yes. I think Rich from Review Tech USA would say yes. What I'm hoping is, like, once this Wendigoon episode comes out, because this Wendigoon episode shows how well we can do a structured interview and not be the Blade video. Because, like, I feel like the Blade video was me kind of... Because, like, we were getting pressured to get views. I'm like, if you don't views, you got to give me somebody I can tear into. And that's where the Blade episode came from. But I don't want the podcast to be known as the podcast that tears into people. Like, I asked Bossman Jack if he'd come on. He kind of ignored me. I asked Mike if he'd come on. He hasn't gave me a yes or no, but it's leaning towards a no. No, you talking about Josh Moon? I think Josh Moon would come on. Josh Moon is the owner of Kiwi Farms. The problem with Turkey Tom and like Mudahar and people like that is I work with them every week. It's like having like somebody in the chat in the actual locale chat come in. Flex hard eventually, yeah. I'm trying to go and get all the collectibles right now, level up all the perks and get all the other trophies. And then I'm going to do a behind Laban runs. Yeah, we work with Mudahar, Turkey Tom, Nicholas DeOrio, Boogie, Tommy C, Keemstar, and myself. There's 7 people that are in the locale network. I could possibly get KSI on. KSI knows who I am. He dropped a diss track on me. Yeah, KSI made a diss track back in the day on me. The problem with getting Frank Castle on is I think Boogie has like a no contact order with Frank Castle right now. Get Brock Lesnar, I don't think we can get those guys. I don't think Brock Lesnar Vince McMahon is going to be a thing right now. Yeah, let's get Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce on right after the Super Bowl. See, I wanted to get Mike Klum on because like he could like shed a lot of light on like the DSP documentary situation. Like we could get like some insider information from it. I thought he'd be a good guest because of that. I'm trying to find something that's interesting. Like, I'm not looking so much more for clout as somebody can create an interesting episode. Mike was doing a DSP documentary and DSP backed out of it. Like, 3 weeks into it. Syndicate won't do it. Like, I've already went down that street a couple times. We were going to do a 1v1 in Las Vegas. And we were going to have him on the podcast and do like that. But he doesn't want to see anything that helps me. So, it is what it is with that. It's a Gundam. I have to look him up. I need to try to get Cobra. Cobra's girlfriend is the Gundam and Too Mad. I need to write this shit down. Like as a ways. Like I'd like to have Cobra on, but like I don't follow Cobra that much, man. Like I'd love to have like God, what's his name? What's the big dude that eats all the mukbangs? His name is slipping my mind right now. Nikocado Avocado, yeah. That'd be one of my big. I'd love to have him on as a guest, but I probably can't get Nikocado. But I probably could do Hungry Fat Chick, or like Foodie Beauty or somebody like that. Joey's World Tour. I am beating Boogie in the weight loss. I'm almost under 400 pounds. I'm almost past Boogie at this point. I started at a heavier weight, and I'm almost past him. The problem with Hungry Fat Chick is you're going to have two fat guys that are equal to size to her asking her about food. And like, I'm going to be condescending that whole episode. Because like my thought process is this. I've never done mukbang channels or anything like that because I never want to glorify being fat. And I know there's a video out there where I said, here's the perks of being fat. Nobody's ever going to ask you to do shit. Nobody goes, hey, you want to carry these bricks? No, they see you're fat. You're not carrying bricks, right? You know, there's a video out there like that, but that's all done in satire, right? But like, I look at people like Nick and like Hungry Fat Chick and be like, why do this to yourself? Like, why eat 80 McDonald's nuggets, right? Because like you've seen it with Nick, like it's gonna mess your mental health up, dude. I don't think we can get beer meets food. Because it messes your mental health up bad. Like you can see Nick saying like he messed his body up, he's unhappy with himself. Because at the end of the day, like, you start to live for euphoria. Because like when you get to like my size and Boogie size and like some of these mukbang eater sizes, food is better than sex. Like it gives you a euphoria that's better than sex. So like, and it's something that's so easily accessible, right? It's so easy to have like a really good hamburger and a Coca-Cola and be like, boom. It's like, oh, it's like when I woke up this morning, I had to go out to like one of those 24-hour stores and get me my nectar, right? Like this shit right here is the reason I'm fat. The absolute reason. Like, it isn't so much what I eat, it's this shit right here. Like, I drink so many of my motherfucking calories. It blows my mind. But, like, if I don't have it for, like, 24 hours, like, I start to get headaches and, like, I'm crampy and I get ill with people really quickly and shit like that. It's like, I'm sure it's the sugar, but it's the feeling of a Coke, right? Like, I don't crave like Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew or anything like that. I'll drink them, but like, I don't find myself missing like the experience of a Coca-Cola. What's up, Dr. Greg? You want to sleepy sleep? That's not true. I drank nothing but water for like 2.5 years. And the first Coke I could actually stomach was magical. Magical. I like other stuff was terrible, like lemonade. Like I remember trying to drink a lemonade about a year and a half after surgery, and it was so sweet I couldn't handle it. Yeah, I didn't from 2018 till about 2020. I didn't drink about mid 2020. I didn't drink any soda. I didn't get back on soda till after I was married to Kelly, and that's when I piled on like 50 pounds. I was sitting around. I was putting some weight back on, but I was sitting around like 375, and then I started drinking soda, and I was instantly at 400 pounds again, and it slowly creeped its way back to like 425, 430, and I'm sitting around 400 now. Well, it's where I carry my weight. I don't really carry a ton on my face, but like I carry all my weight on my midsection, like right here, like how round and rotund I am. This is where I carry all my weight at, right here. And like when I sit down, I look ginormous because they all like pushes together. Oh, I can still move. I'm cold as fuck right now, but if I got up, down, I can still move. I mean, I'm not a fighter by any means, but like I was always gifted with agility. That's why when people like morning after kill, like, I'll beat your ass. No. No, you won't. I'd take his lunch, buddy. Yeah, I feel like Keem tries really fucking hard to like make me the best version of myself, and I try to give as much of it as possible back, right? Like Keem has done a lot of favors for me recently, gave me a lot of opportunities, a lot of favors, and like I took advantage of it a little bit, right? Like especially with the podcast because like I know like I kind of know I'm the glue that keeps the podcast together at this point, and I want some things to change. It might not be for the better, right? I hate those type of episodes, that whole intervention shit. Like that's just because that reminds me of like the end of PK. Like that's all it was at the end of PK. It's like, dude, I'm depressed. I was so depressed at the end of PK, and it was like, but it is what it is. I want to lose this weight. I don't want to lose all my weight. I want to get down to 330. 330 is where I want to be at. 330 pounds. Maybe I want to go lower if I get there, but that's where I want to go to. That's 75 pounds away. Because I was happy as I could be at 330. I had sex drive. I could drive about anything I wanted to drive. My dress clothes fit nicely. Like, everything in my life was better at 330. But, you know, I fell into the trap. It's like right now, I could be under 400 pounds if I didn't have this. Because like yesterday, what I ate yesterday was I ate 5 ounces of grilled chicken, and I had a cup of mashed potatoes. That's all I ate yesterday. No soda, nothing. And like today, I'm most likely going to have like a can of vegetable soup and possibly some like beef jerky. I do. I like water. I mean, like, I ain't cleaned my area up here, but like, I usually clear about 3 bottles a day. Like, my rule of thumb is I got to drink 2 bottles of water to 1 Coke. If I find myself wanting a Coke, I force myself to drink water, and that way it kind of controls like kidney stones and stuff like that. I don't have blood sugar issues. I'm like genetically, I'm really, really good. And I don't do any kind of drugs. I'm as straight edge as they come. I don't do drugs. I don't even watch porn anymore. Like I pretty much haven't watched porn in like I've seen porn, but like actively sat down and watched it, I haven't done it in probably 6 years. Like, I can't say I haven't seen porn in 6 years. I mean, I've seen it like on Twitter or like scrolling down Reddit or whatever it might be, but I've never sat down and actually sat down and watched it in 6 years. Don't speed. I don't really do any kind of crimes or anything like that. You spam fake drama for 18 hours straight. I can tell you right now, none of our drama's faked. But that ain't going to stop me from wanting to design a t-shirt around it. Yeah, Keem falls for the same stuff I fall for a lot. Dude, like there's some people on the internet that want to watch the world burn. Honestly. And like there's discords that just try to get a rise out of me. And like I try not to talk about them. That's my goal is I just stop talking about them. Don't say their names. If they come into the chat room, have the mods take care of them. I don't even try to mention them. Well, Keem works a lot. Like I don't like people look at our jobs and be like, "Oh, you guys don't do shit." And it's like networking is a huge part of this job. like messaging people, getting people to respond, lining things up, getting people to show up, making sure everybody's there, being witty. Like that's a huge part of the job. And like Keemstar is very good at marketing. Keem, from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to sleep, he usually is marketing in some form or fashion. Like, you might not know this about Keemstar, and this is me kind of telling on him, but Keemstar is an insomniac. Like, he sleeps like 4 or 5 hours a day, if that. You know, like he'll work all day, and then like get home and like play Call of Duty. Like, it's just who he is. Like he's constantly keeps his body running from like caffeine and nicotine and things of that nature. See, me, I'm an old man at this point. Granted, Keemstar's older than I am. Keemstar's in his 40s. I'm 38. I'm 37, actually. About to turn 38. But I'm an old man. Like, I like the finer things of life. I like 800 count Egyptian cotton sheets. I like fresh pillowcases. I like a nice recliner. I like a back rub. These are the things I like in life. No, Keemstar cares a lot about Blade. Keemstar's put a lot of money into Blade. Like, Keemstar, I don't know if he's ever said this out loud, but Keemstar's paid for at least 2 rehabs for Blade. Like, to try to get him back on track. Like, nobody wants to see Brian fail. Right? Because, like, the person underneath Lit Romney is a cool, charismatic person. But money is the root of all evil, and like people pay him exorbitant amounts of money to be Lit Romney, and it taking decades off his life. I can't even say years, it's decades. Like, Blade's not going to be 80 years old. Blade's going to be mid-50s and 60s, if not late 40s, checking out. Is Blade a confirmed alcoholic? He does it in front of you, man. Anybody that could drink 2 bottles of Jaeger every night for like a week, that's a lifelong addiction. I mean, it depends on how often you drink a whole bottle of vodka, right? Do you drink a whole bottle of vodka every night? I mean, some people just have a higher tolerance to alcohol than other people, right? It took Andre the Giant, who was an alcoholic, like 48 beers to get drunk. But he was also ginormous and had a huge tolerance for it. Like, tolerance and like volume are two different things. Like, the issue I have with, like, Blade's stuff is, like, you could see Blade slowly get drunk faster and faster. That means his liver is degrading. And, well, you also got to look at it this way. When you're getting inebriated, sometimes you don't realize how drunk you are. Right? Like, it's easier for somebody that's sober around you to tell how drunk you are, but you just like, oh, I just got a light buzz. That's how drinking and driving happens. Because, like, you don't realize how messed up you actually are. I don't know what that's called, son. Son of Snooper. I do not know. But I'm going to jump off, everybody. I want to thank Final Laugh for the $50. I hope you and your girl have a wonderful life together. I think she's got a good one. I want to go big ups to Zeus for the 20 months subscriptions. Thank you so much, Zeus. Big ups to Dogma for the $5. Thank you, Kurt. You ever thought about streaming old school Modern Warfare 2? I've thought about it. I actually have the game. Somebody bought it for me. I could do it on Xbox. And I want to thank Vlad for the $20. Thanks, everybody, for coming out to the stream. Thanks, everybody, for chilling. No, I'm going to be... I'll probably stream again today. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, people. I hope everybody had a wonderful time.